Okay, I have an unpopular opinion. It's about Anthony from Bridgerton. I do not like him. Now, I live for Anthony. I love Kate and Anthony together as a couple. I think they're really compatible. I think they're super cute together, and I love that they love each other. However, I do have beef with Anthony, and I have since season one. And yes, I do hold a character grudge. And the main reason why he's on my list and I have beef with him is because in season one, he tried to give his sister away to that old man, and that is just unacceptable to me. And usually in these stories, you're used to men giving away their sisters or whoever, whatever woman is in their family because they married for status and wealth, which is understandable during that time. And usually they have like a couple suitors and they choose the best one no matter if the woman likes it or not, which is still unacceptable. However, it's more understandable. However, in this case, Daphne is the diamond of the season. She has all the options. She can choose from any man in the ton. The queen herself put her on a pedestal. She has so many opportunities when it comes to marriage and men. Now, what does Anthony do? Since he is led by ego, he chooses this old man for his sister, knowing that she has so many options, but he's like, no, this is the best one. And he didn't make that choice based off of Daphne's happiness and her well being. He made it because he wanted to solidify his spot as leader of the family, which you shouldn't have to prove if you already are, you know? Maybe it's just the oldest sibling in me, but that really pissed me off so bad. And there's really no coming back from that because he really didn't have to do that. That was just so unnecessary. And when Daphne was like, no, no, like, I don't want to marry him. Like, I don't want to marry the old man. He was like, well, that's too bad. Has he lost his mind? If the story didn't end up playing out how it did, she would have been married to that man, no thanks to Anthony. She would have had no choice and she would have been stuck with him. And there's no amount of remorse or regret and there's no amount of remorse or regret that would have made that okay. And if you ask me, he was never that sorry. He was not sorry enough. And Anthony had the audacity to ask Daphne, do you really think that lowly of me? Do you really think that lowly of me, sister? Yes, I absolutely 1000% do. I absolutely think that lowly of you. That whole situation could have been easily avoided if he just wasn't on an ego trip that whole season. And in the continuing seasons, he still isn't that likable because he proceeds to interview women like employees. And he is the first one to suggest lying to Edwina, knowing that he has feelings for Kate because it's easier to lie than to actually admit that he loves Kate, which is really distasteful if you ask me. I understand his trauma is a big factor in why he acts the way he does. And as the oldest daughter, I completely understand where he's coming from. However, that's just no excuse for you to act like you have no empathy and to give your sister away to a man that she does not have to or need to marry. Even in the latest season when Benedict wants to marry a maid, he's like, no, you can't do that, brother. Like, think of your sister, think of the family. But did you really think of the family in the first season when you were so quick to duel with the Duke and then you told Benedict to take over his spot and take care of everybody if you died? You could have been a little bit more understanding, in my opinion. But yeah, that's why I don't like Anthony. And now that I've gotten that off my chest, I probably will like him more in the future. I just needed to say that.